Hello and welcome to the Special Moves podcast. My name is Mike Williams and these guys are Jake Kulkowski and Liam McKelvey.
Yep, we are. Hello.
Yeah, confirmed.
Oh, that's us.
Confirmed.
Yeah, no antics, no shenanigans today, mate.
Yeah.
Just I haven't got anything left.
Nope, no more on time. I've been working hard today. The last couple of days, we've been bagging out. We've been making a lot of videos.
Yeah, we have.
It's been busy.
I've literally jumped off a little cut before you start the edit or something. Straight in.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know what we were talking about till like a minute ago.
Yeah, we've got a busy weekend coming up in non-special moves terms, so we have to, each doing various things.
Yeah.
So we have to rearrange the schedule a little bit this week, so it's been a little bit mad, but it's all good fun. And this
more videos for you guys.
Conveniently enough, this entire podcast is going to be about Red Dead Redemption 2, which is coming out this week.
The wild, wild west of the games world.
I mean, let's not.
It's all going to be Red Dead, though, isn't it? Let's face it. That's what everything's going to be about. Everywhere.
For the foreseeable future, the world will be Red Dead Redemption 2.
Exactly. Yeah.
If Rockstar's marketing department has anything to say about it, anyway. So this week, last week, sorry, they kind of showed the trailer, like the launch trailer, a full week before the game comes out.
That's it.
And it was like a minute long.
Yeah, probably like a TV spot or something. Yeah, like,
it really was. Yeah, and it didn't really sell me on it very. Like if I didn't know anything about Red Dead Redemption 2, it's a bit of a rubbish trailer. I thought
it's weird that they built it up like with like we're going to be doing this on Thursday at 3 p.m. They don't speak like that, but you know what I mean. It's weird that they did that, which they've been doing with like the 8-9 minute in-depth looks for the 1 minute sizzle. It's like it doesn't deserve all the hype, does it?
And it's a story sizzle as well, and it's not even it's people getting kicked out of saloons, guns to the head.
Yeah,
I don't know if any of that is in there, but it's that kind of thing.
There was John Marston in it, and it's the same voice actor. I think that's the only thing you learned. Is that right? That's like you saw John Marston and heard him this time, and it's the same voice actor.
John Marston off of Red Dead
Redemption 1. So yeah, Red Dead. If you don't know anything about it, serves as a prequel, doesn't it, to the first one? Well, and the character who was in the first one is in this one, and you heard his voice in this latest trailer, and it's him. And that's the big thing that everyone was kind of talking about, other than, oh my god, can't wait, 90 gig.
Are you guys 90 gig? That's right.
99 gig.
99 gig.
Oh!
Stick another 9
I was rounding down very generously.
Yeah. It's literally the maximum you
get before.
You could potentially get away with it.
Or if you're on Xbox, 107.
Indeed, mate. I think are they doing 2 discs in Japan? So Alden Bell was saying on Twitter.
So the Japanese edition of the game is so big, it's on 2.
That's sick, though. You feel like you're getting
2 Blu-rays.
I don't think that's ever been done before.
Yeah.
Like 360 used to be had a few games that came across multiple
7
DVDs. Like LA Noire was on 2, Final Fantasy was on 3, stuff like that.
Yeah. Classics, man. I always loved that as a kid. You remember when you got Final Fantasy and stuff?
Value for money.
Did you ever feel like, it's like a treasure trove?
2 discs for the price of one?
How big is this game going to be?
It's like a progress marker to me. Like, I beat disc 1.
Oh,
it felt like it was like an accomplishment.
To me, it's like everything in life. I'm just like, that's value for money. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah,
quantity. Innit? Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Love a bit of that, don't I?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah,
I love a bit of quality.
I love quality. I'm a fan. Carberries, love them.
Yeah.
Tell you what though, 2 discs in Japan, not in the West. What's that all about? Like, is there a reason why? Do we know?
Because Japan's got pretty great internet speed as well.
So
I don't know what.
What haven't
maybe
they got
just
that
like
isn't extremely
Maybe it's just like a purely collector's thing. Like you want everything on the disc.
Coffee.
I don't know.
You don't know. It could
shit.
be. I mean, we could have maybe looked into it, but we haven't. So we can only speculate. But it could be like a legal thing or some kind of consumer laws are different there or something. You don't know.
Might just be consumer attitudes towards.
Or they could have just gone. Let's just put it on 2 discs in Japan.
Well, people
discs might be cheaper to make in Japan. You
maybe
don't know.
So.
When they first
This is a great podcast.
Japanese disc economy aside, the thing that was interesting was that Google had announced, or that was leaked through Google, whatever, in Japan. But people are saying maybe it's going to be 2 discs. Well, at the time, people say maybe it's going to be 2 discs in the West, but they haven't confirmed it, have they? No one's seen the discs.
No.
And they're really cracking down on who gets the games and what, which I guess is kind of going to segue into something else now. Would you mind?
Am
I going all over the place?
Well, you do. So I always prepare notes and stuff for these videos.
I'm a whirlwind, mate. What can I say?
Yeah, you're kind of like let's do this now. Let's do this now.
My manager in my day job called me a big force. this week.
I was wondering how long that took to get out there.
What does it mean? Maybe it means I'm a problem.
All it means is that you've now got an excellent PlayStation username to change to.
Big force.
When the time comes next year.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, actually, the thing that I really urgently want to talk about is something a news item that's happened kind of overnight just before we recorded, which is about indie stores.
This is exactly what I want to talk about.
Right,
yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Luckily for me.
Indie stores all over, well, at least America, there's like little chains of shops, of, like 4 shops that are like family run and local to
Mom
states
and pop,
and
they say, don't they, in America?
Mom and pop stores, they call them, they're not getting copies of Red Dead Redemption 2 the same time as like GameStop and all the big ones and digital distribution and stuff. Obviously, they have to wait a week, and then there's various different lines of explanation. Like all they've been told by Rockstar is, there's a distribution due to distribution things. You're not allowed it. You're not getting it till or whatever. So they have to pass that on to customers. So even if you're like a loyal customer of like a local shop, which I would be. That's the kind of thing that that's how I think a lot of the time. I like if there's a local cinema or the kind of Cineworld, I would
support local businesses.
Exactly, because the money kind of stays in whatever. But you just can't do that. And if you want to do that, you have to wait a week. And I can't realistically see a lot of people.
No,
especially if they're younger. You're kind of an older kind of gamer or something, and you're not that asked about playing it day one.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're going to rush to get this wherever, and it might even push people to digital. So this is quite.
Yeah, this is This is it for me.
This is a big story for me. And one of the biggest theories that I saw from one of the stores themselves, one of the stores affected, said, well, the only reason Rockstar aren't giving it to us is because they want to protect the street date. They want to protect leaks. They don't want anyone leaking this early. And a lot of the time, when it does happen, when a game leaks or whatever online, or you get impressions, you get YouTube videos like way before, like it happened with No Man's Sky and stuff, didn't it? Like
Spider-Man.
All these games, right? The theory is that Rockstar absolutely do not want that to happen. So they've got a very controlled supply chain at the moment with only the big corporation retails outlets and their own digital distribution, PlayStation Network and stuff like that. That's the only way you can physically get your hands on the game outside of being a games journalist and getting early, So they've got a very controlled release thing.
And even that, I suspect, with the games journalists, it's very specific.
Oh, their embargoes and stuff, and that would be unbelievable.
Like it is like people. Even like bigger channels, like Rooster Teeth channels, they're getting turned away, aren't they? Certain people, and so it's stuff like that. It's a very controlled environment. Rockstar are masters of that, right? They control the hype. They control everything they want. They're really good at it, aren't they?
I think reviews for Red Dead don't drop until the Thursday before it's out.
The day before.
Yeah.
Which it's like they're cutting it fine with reviews.
If it was anyone else, it would be suspicious.
I was about to say that. If this was any other company, I would be going, this game's going to be shit. I would be saying they know that this is a turd and they don't want anyone to see it before. But it's Rockstar, so they I feel like the story leaks and they have such a careful marketing kind of plan and they're so good at it. Like the little teasers on Twitter and stuff like that before the trailers. Very, very well done. So they just want.
I don't think has there been any like proper Rockstar leaks before when it comes to GTA and stuff? Like,
I'm not sure, really.
I don't think so. GTA 5 was quite a smooth launch.
I think pretty much,
I remember.
As far as I remember, I can't remember 3 really, but San Andreas, Vice City, and 4 have all been pretty watertight. So they're pretty good at that. And God of War, Spider-Man, they leaked early because of mom and pop stores and stuff like that. Just imagine owning a game shop. Right, if you're even half into games and you get these games 3 days early, you're playing it.
It's something that I've thought about for our own channel. but unfortunately we haven't in the city where I live now in Bangor. We used to have 3 independent shops. And then a game opened and a game station opened. And then the independent shops kind of shut down or moved. And then the game and the game station's obviously gone because game station doesn't exist anymore. And game is the only thing left. So
that's dying.
And that is really struggling. But so there was a time where we had a really kind of healthy kind of gaming scene in here. But it's just it's not
There's
there
one
anymore.
shop that I think are getting it near me, Real Games Exchange, but they're like a small chain. I think
there's
4
only
stores.
2 or 3, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's one open in the middle.
And that's exactly the kind of company that is going to... I don't know what the situation is in the UK. I've not heard a lot of people talking about it in the UK, but why would it be any different? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for real. Maybe there's, again, the Japanese disc economy situation. Maybe there's certain laws in the UK. I'm not letting it go, boys. No, but hey, this is something to add though, right? Remember I was on about the 2-disc thing? Yeah. It might be 2-disc over here as well, we just don't know. Because Japanese law had to show that. It's like how they have to show odds and stuff like that. Yeah. So maybe it's 2-disc over here too. This is what I'm wondering. Well, we don't know because the type of people who'd answer this question on Reddit are mom and pop stores that get it early. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, man. Like Rockstar. Remember we covered it in I think the very first podcast we did about the GameStop employees having a little bit of a snooze when they were
they got to play
that
the
was
game
management and that got leaked and and that was like news stories. Everyone is
totally
ravenous
for news. It could be a direct result of that. It could be a direct result of opinions that Rockstar aren't happy with getting shared online. But so that's kind of the situation with the release. So if you've pre-ordered it and stuff from maybe your local shop and it's worth asking and making sure if they've not notified you.
Liam, where did you buy it from?
I'm getting it from Shop2, who are like a UK online retailer.
Pretty well established.
Been around a long time, kind of like Simply Games and stuff like that.
Yeah. And what's happened with that?
So I actually got an email from them the other day saying due to embargoes by Rockstar, we can only send out copies on the Thursday day before it comes out. So that's Thursday the 25th. Yeah. But they were like, and I think 3 times in this one email, reiterated it will be with you for release day.
Yeah, because
they have to basically work around these restrictions.
Yeah, it's they're not even getting the copies until Wednesday or something like that.
That's a good online. I mean, it's up there with the biggest, the UK kind of. If you're a gamer, you know about Shop2.
Yeah. They're big distribution things. But so this is kind of this is interesting because normally it's been happening for as long as I remember.
Yeah.
You buy a game online, they'll have to send you the game early because they'll have to comp you if it comes late. I remember I ordered Diablo 3 from Amazon and they didn't get it me on day 1, and I got a year of Amazon Prime and a refund, but they let me keep the game when it arrived a day later just for getting 1 day wrong. Do you know what I mean?
So it happened to me once. I got £10 credit on my account or whatever.
Exactly. So to avoid that sort of stuff, because you are complete, especially if you pre-ordered it months ago, you're completely in the right to get it. Traditionally, they'll send it a day or 2 early, which is why occasionally you'll see people playing games early. I remember me and all my mates totally jealous because our friend Kale got Fallout 3 3 days early from Play.com when it came out, and I got Destiny 2 2 or 3 days before launch just by ordering it and stuff like that. So
I got No Man's Sky because I was big on Simply Games for that very reason a few years ago.
Yeah.
Simply Games, again, I don't know if they're any bigger than just UK or they do Europe or something, but basically in the UK.
They're UK based, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, so I ordered No Man's Sky and stuff, knowing basically that I would get it 2 days early.
That's the thing about Simply Games. I've ordered games and I'm a bit disappointed when it comes on release day.
Come on, guys. Don't want to get them in trouble or anything. This was all in the past. I don't know what their current setup is.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very responsible.
It's kind of like a treat though when it pops through the letterbox.
Exactly. My expectation raised, so I get heartbroken when I have to get it on release.
I remember getting Modern Warfare 2 a day early. Oh, it's amazing.
Stuff like that. See, these big games, Fallout 3. I remember someone else getting Fallout 3 early. Yeah. That's how big a deal it is. So can you imagine if someone's got Red Dead Redemption 2 3 days early?
Yeah.
And he's putting it all on Twitter. That's the thing. The age of social media, people put up Let's Plays and stuff.
That's quite bad on YouTube. When the day Spider-Man came out, in the recommended feed on YouTube, there'd be stuff like the true boss revealed and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
it. Well annoying.
I'll tell you who does it.
And people put it in the comments as well, don't they?
Yeah, right. As a YouTuber, a very successful YouTuber, a very good YouTuber, and he does full walkthroughs of games without any commentary. And he gets review copies, and he'll put them out on the day, and you can skip to the end and see the end of things. So I don't know, stuff like that is fun.
Yeah. It's not great, is it? And it could well be. That's another good theory. It could well be for story reasons that they don't want it to go out. It could be for all kinds of reasons, but that could be one of them. There could be some big. There's some really massive story and story/gameplay twists in Red Dead Redemption near the end, and things happen that if you didn't know about it is massive.
The end of Red Dead Redemption 1 is considered
brilliant.
In the top 10 ever, right?
Absolutely brilliant. Sure. And then what happens after the ending stuff, very clever. If you knew about that beforehand, all the entire effect of that moment is gone. So if they want to protect anything like that, then you have to be protective. So who knows why they're doing it? But again, this is just one of many things that have been in the news in the run-up to Red Dead Redemption. I don't know how much of this is intentional and how much isn't, but they certainly have been dominating gaming headlines for the last week, I would say.
Yeah.
For all kinds of reasons, not all of them positive. The 100-hour work weeks thing was something that we haven't. I don't think we've discussed it yet.
No, I don't think so.
No.
And
it's
this
kind of still ongoing, like you were saying.
Yeah. So this is a kind of an interview that mentioned in it that one of the I can't remember who it was. But
it was Dan Houser, who's one of the heads of
Very
Rockstar.
senior. Right.
Like literally the figurehead.
Yeah.
Him and his brother Sam, I think he
basically is Rockstar. Isn't he?
Yeah, they're like the runners of the whole studio.
And as in, I think they're based in Edinburgh, or like the creative team or something. They're based in Edinburgh, which is kind of where the roots of the company are in Scotland. And so he says in an interview, oh yeah, there was a point where we were working like 100-hour weeks. We've been working 100-hour weeks or something, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is industry crunch. This is horrific. This is exactly everything's wrong with AAA gaming. And then there's people making videos about it. There's articles about it. There's people commentating based on what he said there, and then it sounds horrendous. Like I can't imagine working a 100-hour work week for anyone doing anything. It's just not.
Think about how many days a week there is 24 in a day. Like you're maxing out about 140 hours a week, or whatever, something
You'd
like
be
that.
dead, wouldn't you?
So take away your sleep, you've got like 3 hours a week to not be doing anything.
But then when this comes out, obviously Rockstar, this really balloons very quickly, right? And it's a bad news story for Rockstar, and it is everything is a classic kind of this is everything that's wrong with the games industry thing, and that's how I felt when I was reading about it. It's like that's terrible. And then Rockstar have come out with their line on it, and they've handled it quite well, I think, because what they've done is they had a social media restriction on all of their staff on commenting on basically anything work related. But they've lifted that, and they said we can tell people what you think, right? Just tell them whatever you want, and then like the overwhelming majority of them have gone. It's actually great here.
Just like what they do in cults. I can't undo it. It's like
Scientologists going. I love being
Scientologists aren't allowed to talk about it. But then imagine if Scientology lifts a ban up, and all of a sudden it's not a cult. It's what it is like. Honestly,
while it's blinking help. In
watch any Netflix special on cults. Happens all the time. So I'm not saying that, Rockstar, don't sue me, I don't have any money anyway. But listen.
You sound like a cult.
It does sound like a cult.
It's a cult with an L.
They've lifted the gates to let their, 100-hour wage slaves go. It's actually dead good here.
But what Hauser said specifically as well himself was that it was basically the creative writing process.
It was a small group of people.
Him and his like crack team of SAS kind of elites within the company spent 3 weeks, he says, writing, doing 100-hour weeks,
writing the script,
finalising story, because there's obviously insane amounts of dialogue, and obviously the writing in Rockstar games is incredible, the best essentially, because it's so sharp. There's so much of it, of such a high quality. It's funny, it's really dark, it's all of these different things. Managed to satirise stuff. So they obviously have worked really hard on it. But that's what he was saying. He meant that he personally and about 3 or 4 others were writing for 100-hour weeks for 3 weeks, and then so that's what the situation is as of the time of recording. But it does kind of point out the fact that like in games industry working conditions and stuff, you've got to remember when you're enjoying Red Dead Redemption, that, and I definitely will. But people are like,
go on.
I will regardless of what I'm about to say. That people have been like, breaking their backs to make this game. I won't think about that at all when I'm playing. And I'm not looking at Lord of the Rings.
I'm looking at my Primarch trainers.
It's exactly the case. It's sad, but it's true. And I'm looking at like. Lord of the Rings, and people are like having sleepless nights for 7 years and stuff like that because they're working on this film. And I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about Frodo in it, and the ring, and the Boromir, and that. And it's just
where
the
they
way
want the cult.
Exactly. but that's just something to bear in mind. Like the industry doesn't have good trade unions and stuff, and
well, this is it. Basically, there is a movement happening, isn't there, with unionization? Exactly. And what better poster child than this? Like, this is what I mean. A lot of people have used this as their time to go, see, your beloved game is made on the backs of because can you remember Red Dead 1?
Yes.
Remember the spouse thing?
That's Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. So Red Dead Redemption. There was
letters from the wives of Rockstar San Diego, something like that.
Yeah. Was that Revolver or Redemption? Was that definitely?
That was Redemption.
It was Redemption.
Yeah.
It was Red Dead Redemption. So yeah, the wives of the people making it were like saying that they don't ever see their other halves, and they were working.
Well, they were just spouses generally.
They were told
wives and husbands, I'm assuming.
Partners
and girlfriends and
whatever. Right. So anyway, the spouses get in there, and then they're like, we don't see our husbands, wives, or other there, and they're getting told they need to work 60 hours a week, and then they're not, or whatever. This is what I'm saying is this happened like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's back up again, but worse.
But then it's not just that. There was where did I hear this the other day? A couple of days ago, I heard that there was the big hire and fire as well, and that's a thing that Rockstar have been known to do, especially with Red Dead Redemption 1. They hire and they build up the company. It happens in AAA gaming all the time.
Yeah.
They build up the staff. Game comes out. Game is critically lauded. One of the greatest games of all time. It will be in the top 50 for the rest of history. Yeah. Right. But half the staff will let go, like almost instantly.
Yeah, it's kind of like retail at Christmas. There's always Christmas temps.
But that's not how they hired in a staff, and they're not.
They're not like temp jobs.
Yeah,
they're hired.
Maybe they're on fixed term contracts.
Yeah, like a contract basis or something.
But you can get a job that's kind of a fixed term contract and stuff, and you'll often, I know in journalism anyway, it's and PR and things, you'll be hired in for 6 months, and they'll say, this is a 6-month contract, but there is definitely scope for you to stay on and things like that, and they make you're not there as a freelancer and you're not invoicing them, you're an employee. They're paying you as a salary, but there's only so who knows what the setup is like that, but the what happens is like a lot of the team get let go once the game is shipped. They're trying to fight that these days with it's just the way the industry is shifting to like games as a service and games that aren't finished when they're out. Like, I would be very surprised if Ubisoft let loads of people go when the Division 2 comes out, because they'll want them to keep working on it, keep making the DLC and keep developing it.
And Ubisoft are some of the best in the industry at doing that. Working on games post-launch, For Honor, Siege, stuff like that, the Division, and Destiny 2. They're sure as hell employing a lot of people still since launch. They've put out like 2 bits of little DLC, 1 bit of massive DLC, or is it 3 bits of little DLC?
On Destiny
2? There's
2 out, isn't there?
Curse of Osiris, and then there's Forsaken as well.
And there's Forsaken, of course. Forsaken's just
that's the big one.
So that's the big expansion.
Yeah, so stuff like that. I guess that's the upside of games as a service. A lot of the time you hear about the negative side. It's just giving people.
That's one of the reasons,
jobs.
isn't it? They want to because you end up like that's why some cool things happen as well. Like you've got your artists and your like designers and stuff.
Yeah.
In the last few weeks, what are they working on? Nothing. Like they've done their job, and the programmers are just kind of polishing up the game and making sure there's no bugs. So you've got this massive like creative department doing fuck all, so they might as well start working on DLC and stuff. And that's why, like, I'm not a huge fan of day one DLC at all. Like, I don't like it, and I don't think I would ever buy into it. But that is what one of their explanations for day one DLC is that, well, we've got all these creative people who aren't doing anything, so they might as well, before the game, just because the game isn't out yet, it doesn't mean that there aren't people sitting there who've finished their bit.
Exactly.
And they might as well start working on something else. So that's but yeah, with that's happening with Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, because multiplayer isn't finished, is it?
What? Oh no! Yeah, they're doing a beta for that in November, I think, on the Xbox.
Still in development, apparently. I read that the other day.
Yeah, well, it's very much going to be a beast than the single player, much like GTA Online, I imagine.
Totally different game, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, well, this 100-hour week thing is just part of the one of the many crazy numbers. I tweeted about this because it really shocked me just how big everything is. Like, so SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild stuff, like they're like an alliance of like all the voice actors. Like they went on a big strike, didn't they, quite recently, and like it caused all sorts of problems for like Telltale and Square Enix and all that lot. But there's 1,200 actors that have been working on Red Dead Redemption 2, if you include motion capture and voice actors, which is one of the biggest productions of all time in any industry ever. So of course, when there's something that week, of course when there's a game that big, there's going to be 100-hour weeks. It's like you were saying about Lord of the Rings, and more recently Game of Thrones. Like you've heard, there's battles that they've been filming for this new season coming up, where they've had 300 to 400 extras filming 50 nights in a row. 50 nights. anything like that, anything amazing is normally coming at the expense of someone's soul.
Absolutely.
And so we're talking 100-hour weeks, but we're talking 1,200 actors, never mind programmers, designers, 500,000 lines of dialogue. The game is a colossus, and this is the thing about what why this has become kind of a friction online, is because it sounds awesome in a literal sense.
Yeah.
It's all, oh my god, that many actors, whatever, 100-hour weeks. This is all these numbers kind of equals a big game full of content, and normally a good game. So fans are using that. Oh my god, people have been working 100 hours to get this done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we put out a thing saying we've been working 100 hours a week to get one video done, people would be anticipating the video in a positive way, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
But when fans or people that maybe don't care enough about the industry, they're not into the industry, like you were saying, they're not thinking about any of this, they just want to play as a fucking cowboy.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? People I work with don't give a fuck about Dan Houser. They don't care.
Don't know who he is,
they just want to play
yeah.
their Xbox. And people like that are getting excited and they're seeing this number and they're going, yeah. And then you've got like the other lot who are like, this is the problem, you're the problem. It's caused this big, well, it's just the internet, and it just loads of fucking loud bickering over Twitter and that and whatever, and everyone throwing their bit in. But all I know is all these numbers are bringing up, and everything going on. It's an event, man. This is like the biggest event of the year. I can't think the next time a game's going to be this big. Maybe The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, but even then, that's only one console.
One console, yeah, totally right. Red Dead Redemption 2 Switch port. I can't think of anything else that'll be this big. I don't know.
No, I mean, a Rockstar game, it's got Call of Duty. It moved Call of Duty in the calendar. That hasn't happened in the series. Yeah. The history. I was looking through for a video for a Thursday show that we did recently, where Call of Duty was on every single occasion pretty much. It's come out in the first week of November or week or two, right? And then since Modern Warfare, it has absolutely dominated that slot, and nothing else will go near it because COD is out that week, and they'll just leave that slot for Call of Duty. Yeah. But even Call of Duty has gone, shit, it's a Rockstar game. It's landed right bang in our window. We better move. We better be a bit earlier than, and it's moved a whole month earlier, pretty much, from where it normally is, just so we can get in there before Red Dead Redemption. And it's kind of, I guess it has been effective because the sales haven't been that good, have they, this time? But the player base on PC, I think, is good. But the overall series sales,
that'll warm. I reckon it'll drop in price before Christmas and it'll go up.
Well,
this is what I was about to say. That Liam, you've bought it, haven't you? And you've been playing it. And we've been playing it here a little bit, and it's a lot of fun. And I've been thinking, maybe I want to get into it, right? But if I had Red Dead Redemption 2 already, there's not a chance in hell I'd even entertain the thought of it. It's just because.
Good luck, Battlefield. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and Battlefield is Battlefield.
It's
so
it's like 2 weeks after, I think, isn't it, or something like that? So hopefully that'll be time enough that it won't affect them. But again, that was moved. Wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was a delay on Battlefield, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just because it was like, but a new Rockstar game is a seismic event. Anyway, I think. I mean, even if it's like an LA Noire or something like that, everyone's getting buzzed about that kind of thing, and Max Payne 3 and all that. But then when it is Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption, just some of the biggest games ever. They are some of the biggest games ever. And I guess like Breath of the Wild is the last in terms of a sheer cultural gaming event where basically everyone has heard about it or played it, and within gaming all the journalists are talking about it. Everyone. I think Breath of the Wild is probably the last one for me. But
I can't remember the last one, but I remember when GTA 5 came out and I was like, whoa, this is big. When I saw it on the BBC 6 o'clock news.
Exactly.
And even they were talking about it.
2013, I think.
Yeah, correct. I reckon it'll be the same this year, though. It'll be on the news, man. It's like everyone's heard of it.
BBC's got good games coverage these days.
They have, actually. Yeah, quite a lot of stuff is on there.
People do a lot of gaming stuff, and they're on the
but regular, like right next to Murders and that news.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Right next to Murders.
I think with Red Dead, Red Dead's still pretty new. There's Red Dead Revolver. Everyone forgets that, right? Like, it's not Redemption, is it?
No. And it wasn't even entirely a Rockstar game, was it?
If you ask 100 people,
it's like picked up
exactly
halfway through development or something.
Yeah.
Who was doing it originally?
I can't remember. I think it was a studio. They got bought out by Rockstar.
It was going to be a Capcom.
I think so. Yeah.
Good knowledge, good trivia, that.
It wasn't open world or anything. It was a very linear, level-based, arcadey shooter.
I'm quite sure it was going to be Capcom, and it was like Rockstar kind of.
No one knows today.
Picks it up and then they do a cowboy game, and then in 2010 they're like. Yeah. They do a proper cowboy game.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm sure there's going to be Red Dead Revolver acolytes in the comments now going, well,
no, but listen,
it's quite good actually.
No, by all means, it's good. But go into the Red Dead Redemption 2 launch trailer comment section, ask 100 fucking people how many Red Dead games is there, and they're going to say 2, stupid. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not.
Mm-hmm. I remember when we were talking about it before, and someone was saying, "Oh, it's before it was announced, when it was just a red, when all we knew was that there was a red Rockstar logo again." And then I was saying, "Oh yeah, it's Red Dead Redemption 2," and then there's people saying, "It's not going to be Red Dead Redemption 2, actually." If anything, it'll be something like Red Dead Redemption. It's not going to be Red Dead Redemption 2 because there's been Red Dead Redemption.
There's loads. There's like Red Dead Retribution.
It's going to be
Red Dead Revolution.
Red Dead Revelations.
Yeah.
The third in the series.
And they were saying like if it's Red Dead Redemption 2, like as if it was such an idiotic idea, and I was extremely happy that it was called Red Dead Redemption 2 for that one reason.
Put it out on the Switch, Red Dead 1, and call it Red Dead Reloaded. Cheers. Got that in it.
Terrible idea.
Isn't it? It's fucking good, that.
Terrible idea.
Oh, fuck off.
Red Dead Redemption 1, Redemption or Revolver?
Redemption. Revolver didn't happen.
Redemption wouldn't happen on it.
No.
It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't fit.
Yeah. I fucking hate how the Switch comes up all the time. That is the big cultural change. You were on about Breath of the Wild, because if it was not Breath of the Wild, if it was Mario Odyssey that launched on the Switch, that would be the cultural revolution, because Odyssey is just as good as Breath of the Wild. But but
definitely there's like
the Switch has changed the fucking thing. Every podcast we were talking about it.
Breath of the Wild though is like that was the launch game.
Yeah,
it's a new Zelda,
a proper one as well.
A proper one. It's that's definitely. I think it outweighs Mario in terms of significance. But Mario is
again another proper Mario, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people, but I just think in terms of how many people actually played it, because if you bought a Switch within the first 6 months of that system coming out, you had Breath of the Wild, because there's nothing else on it.
That's
for
what
about
I mean.
6 months.
Like if Odyssey was the launch title, people would be talking about Odyssey, how talking about Breath of the Wild.
So, yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's only because that was like it was that or Arms. Do you know what I mean?
Bomberman.
I got Bomberman and Breath of the Wild.
Of course he did. Bomberman.
I don't think Arms was out at launch. I'm not sure.
Right.
Was it? I don't know.
I don't know either.
So
I don't think
this podcast is about Red Dead Redemption.
So Red Dead Redemption 2 is days away. I think I'm going to get it digital, I've got to say. And
get that preload going.
Well, that is largely why I'm quite anxious because of the supply thing.
I did that face because I, like you, have decided. Oh no! I, like you, again.
I knew what was happening.
I do like you as well, but I, in a similar situation to you, have avoided the idea of digital. I think originally because it's £60
It is £60 Can we say that again? Just once. £60
There we go.
For a game on
a fucking massive one.
It's a big one.
But then because
60
exactly.
pounds.
So I know a guy that works in that game shop I was on about in Rill.
Yeah.
No problem. Hold the copy for me behind the counter, Steve. Cheers. Well, I don't know if he can or can't now. See, this is the thing. And now I'm worrying. And when I'm doubting it, what do I know isn't going to let me down? Digital. So, and you can preload it right now.
We can do that right now.
Because we need to cover it straight away. Do you know what I mean? You guys need it, don't you?
Yeah.
We need to get on it ASAP.
We want to get a gameplay video done, and we probably want to do a 10 essential questions.
A week later?
I don't know.
It's not happening, is it? See? Yeah. A week later, it's not happening.
You want to get on it as soon as possible.
So the risk-free version is digital, which is annoying, because it also, I don't know what your PlayStation Pro is like, but I've just got vanilla PS4.
Yeah, I got it.
And it's going to I'm going to have to oust out, I'm going to have to get rid of half the games I got. Do you know what I mean? I think I've got like
a tenth of the space it'll take up on a Pro.
You
got a terabyte in the Pro.
I think I got 250 on mine. And the game
it'll be 500.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
That's the smallest
fair enough.
Unless you got loads of stuff installed.
Like. Yeah,
but games are big. Like The Witcher 3, if you've got that on there, it's about 80 gigs.
You've got Final Fantasy 15 with the DLC. It's like 112 gig, something stupid.
It's enormous. Yeah, and exactly the DLC, they just grow and grow. I think it's Battlefield 4. Right, which is actually huge because each one of the DLC packs is about 5 gigs, and there's like 5 map packs or whatever. So it ends up being enormous if you get that, if you put that in your PlayStation, which you might do because it's a cool
Gears
game.
of War 4, that's like 120 gig.
Good.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Gravy.
Yeah, on the One X.
So what are you guys gonna do first when you play? You gonna follow the story? Or
Just story. I'm a sucker for a good cowboy story, so I'll go all on that.
You're gonna want to see what happens. And,
I'm not gonna power through the story, but it'll be my main focus.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
Side quests as well, I guess.
Killing spree, innit?
Hunting them animals, innit?
Hunting them.
You're a barbarian.
I'm not talking about hunter, am I, on this one? But
actually, I might go robbing stuff. Do a bit of a heist.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I like how this is unraveling slowly.
Yes.
Well,
I like Liam's pro-crime stance that he's taking.
Like holding up a stagecoach or something.
Yes, that's what I...
Just general cowboy-like behaviour, really,
That's the point of the game, being an outlaw.
Exactly.
That's what I want to do. I want to go into a town, I want to find someone that's looking at me the wrong way, shoot their head off. That's what I want
Make
to do.
your mark in it.
That's exactly. They won't do it again. Let one of them live.
Yeah.
No,
find the biggest, baddest cowboy in there. Shoot his head off.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I do fancy a bit of. I in Gun, which is currently the reigning champion, Jake's favourite Western game ever. It's true. I am sorry. It's just what I like.
It's good
but I like the hunting. I actually did like the hunting thing the most. It's not even a joke. That in Gun, yeah, because it was like nice. It was a non-boring side mission, wasn't it? Because it would change every time.
You could do it in Red Dead Redemption 1.
Yeah, shoot armadillos and that, but maybe lassoing people. But this is what I mean. I loved it. I love the possibilities I've got here.
Yeah.
I might. What I might do is, and I don't. And this is weird. This because I never, ever, ever would answer this in any other game.
Go on.
The camp bit, like the settlement building.
Do you know what?
I'm
glad you said that because I'm really into that idea. I really am.
I don't know why in this one because Fallout 4 shite, worst bit of the game.
Yeah,
because my sister's the only person I know that did
because
that.
It seems to be like it's not going to be as gamey as that. It seems to me like there's just going to be a camp, except it's going to be like it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be a bit more like Dragon Age Inquisition type stuff where you're kind of maybe manage. I don't know if you guys played that much, but there is you play basically as kind of a king or queen leader type thing, but you're not like literally. Flipping Fortnite, Minecraft in a camp. You just kind of there's people who come up to you as this is your organization. So you've got the main story, but there's this also you got to run this little corporation kind of thing or this little castle.
It's like Nino Cooney's got a town builder, which is kind of similar.
But I don't know how much of the building parts are going to be in it. It's just I feel like to me it's going to be just somewhere you go back to that's going to move around the map hopefully that is going to evolve dynamically with a story and that you're going to have to provide for in some way or at least contribute to. You're going to have to pull your weight, which I think is great, and I really like the idea of you can take an AI with you.
Yes.
You can take someone with you because if you're going to rob a bank, you want to.
Yeah.
Some help,
Again, I normally hate that. I in like Skyrim and Fallout, I hate having companions because I normally try and like sneak around and that, and they're just like all behind me being super mutants or whatever, just loud little pricks. But in this one, I think it's so weird because. The first thing I want to do is like go to camp, get to know the other people in the gang. Is it a gang or is it a posse? What is it? A mob? Whatever.
No, I think gang is one of the rare instances where you can actually just use the word gang because it's.
I think it's literally called the Vandal and gang.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. So I want to try and max out their stories, like because the thing about open world games, a lot of them, like I don't know, Oblivion for example. I loved the Grey Fox and the Night Thieves Guild and Skyrim.
Side stuff was the better stuff.
It's like a little hidden gem in it. So I want to go and do the camp stuff first. Can we make a posse? Can we play online a bit or do things?
No, because they won't be online.
Yeah, it's not till November, is it?
All right, so I guess I'm gonna look after my camp, my people, do a bit of skinning and that, and probably lasso a couple of people.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very nice.
Sounds very nice. Yeah.
I think I, like Liam, will kind of slowly follow the story.
Golden path.
But what I really want to do is just see what they've added because they've been talking a really big game. With like, it's not only the biggest, more open world. The world's not only more open, but it's more, it's deeper. It's like, so what does that really mean? So a lot of people who've been coming away from playing it have been like, this is it's doing something different to what you've used to. And the first thing I want to do is just see that kind of thing and push the boundaries and see what's going on there. And I'm looking forward to the being in a gang kind of thing. I think it's going to be a cool because with GTA, exactly. No, the GTA 5, I really like the idea that you were bank robbers, so you were just you were organising heists, and I really that was my favourite part of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Doing the crimes,
organising it, and they're all. I really like the way that the story, the side missions, and the story were building towards these little like peaks. It's all building up to we're going to rob the post office kind of thing, but it's you're getting the car for the robbery, and you're getting and I really like that kind of side of it. And as a huge fan of I actually quite like recent Western films and stuff. I think there's actually
there's a bit of a resurgence going on. There is.
And like the Hateful Eight, I absolutely love it. It's like I just really hold it up there. So what I'm going to also do is find some snow. I'm going to find a mountain. I'm going to find some snow. And I'm going to be a cowboy in the snow.
How certain are we that there's going to be a snowy Hateful Eight cabin in this game as an Easter egg?
100%.
There's got to be, surely.
There's going to be an entire mission set around that.
There's got to be a cabin where everyone's dead. There's going to be blood everywhere.
I look forward to the GameSpot article on it. In about a week. 10 Easter eggs I missed.
In GTA 5, one of the heist missions was literally the very first scene from Heat.
Yeah.
Literally the exact same setup and everything.
There's got to be nods to the new school of Western. So
I'm really looking forward to all that. I think what I'm really looking forward to as well is putting my feet up and chilling out. And because I feel like I've at the moment got Red Dead Redemption anxiety because I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey and it's not finishing. It's not. It's just so big. It's so vast and it's good. But it also feels very flabby and bloated. And I just can't wait to see it done. Properly, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is like an 8 out of 10 for me, and that is me being very generous.
That is generous,
given what my recent experiences are. But if I was to try and be as if I was an Assassin's Creed fan and all this, that is as high as I can possibly go in it. And Rockstar is a company that makes tens. And I just want to see
remind yourself.
Exactly. I want to see every conversation and dialogue being entertaining. I want to see characters that I hate, and I want to see characters that I love, not just a blank canvas of characters that I feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, by the way, Assassin's Creed Odyssey segue. I met the guy. This is a huge spoiler. This is a massive spoiler. Assassin's Creed Odyssey spoilers ahead. Okay. For the next.
Hopefully a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So, a minute max. Assassin's Creed Odyssey spoiler incoming. Do you guys mind about this?
Yeah, go ahead, mate. Get off your chest, man.
Well, you meet the guy. So if you pick the woman, you meet the guy.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I won't go into any of the. There's a lot more detail there, but you meet him and his voice acting. I'm so glad I did not pick him. He's absolutely dreadful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shockingly bad.
Right, okay, yeah. He was a bit weird when we were playing.
He's got like this weird kind of like male model face. He looks like flowing locks and stuff. Except
he looks like he's been Love Island, doesn't it?
Yes, except he's got the voice of like a real kind of alpha, kind of really deep, powerful voice. It's just an utter mismatch. It was a terrible mistake. They either cast the voice actor, right? And showed him some concept art and said, this is what he's going to look like. Right? And the voice actor did a wonderful job based on what he saw. And they then changed it to, Love Island contestant that we see.
Yeah.
Or he's a terrible voice actor. So it's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is that the end of the Assassin's Creed spoiler?
That was the Odyssey spoiler. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption because I want to see a third-person open world done. To
you want to see open world done by the open world masters.
By the masters, the originators, the creators themselves.
Yeah. Come on, man.
That's what
they got to do it.
And then I want to do it all again in multiplayer.
I want to know this because I don't know how much else you want to touch on. But can I just ask a question to the classic audience, like I like to do every week, right? Because this is a big one. GTA and Red Dead are system sellers like mad, and I know there's a lot of members of the very humble PC Master race in amongst our fandom. So is anybody getting a console just for Red Dead? Some people I know get a console for Red Dead and then sell it afterwards. So is any of you lot getting a console just to play this game, or are you going to wait, or are you going to protest for a PC release or what? Because let's face it, we don't know anything about that. You got more look of Red Dead 1, Red Dead Reloaded coming out on the Switch. So are we going to have anyone amongst you buying consoles? Let us know if you're getting a PS4 or an Xbox. Because if you're getting it only for the game, and then you plan on getting rid of it afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm interested to know. So that's my curious question of this week. Anyway, I don't know.
What'll be interesting as well is it going to be an Xbox One X system seller? Because is it going to be that good on the Xbox One X and maybe that weak on the Xbox One base and the PlayStation 4 base version? Yeah. Maybe people who've already got current gen consoles going,
Yeah.
I'd like to see this looking really nice.
My
in 4K.
fan's going to be going. My fucking
you're a
big
PlayStation fan. Yeah,
it's like a rocket ship.
It is.
I'm nervous, you know. I'm fucking nervous.
Scared the PS4 is going to just explode.
I'm genuinely, like, I'm just. It makes it. When I was playing God of War, it was like
That's
constant.
very funny. I'm nervous.
I am because right. Listen, last time I had a PS3 once.
Oh, I'm dying.
It broke.
Yeah.
if I get a PS4, Red Dead breaks. Yeah, if Red Dead breaks on PlayStation, it's gonna be a bit of a fucking meme.
It's like the equivalent of like being in the gym and going like, "Go on, Jake, go on, let's just bench that in it," and you're like, "Yeah, okay," and then you're like, "I'm gonna like."
Yeah, you pro lads are okay, aren't you? But me with vanilla PS4, you've heard it already. I got a special kit, voided by warranty, just to get the dust out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah. Apparently that's changed now, isn't it? You're allowed to do that now.
Right, that's handy.
You're allowed new laws. Yeah,
you're allowed to open that void seal, that warranty sticker thing is bollocks, and it's been like I think it was the EU or someone.
I think so.
Someone said you can't do that; it's illegal. You sneaks.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So I'm a bit nervous about that. Genuinely.
So we've got different types of Red Dead anxiety then, because I just want a good game, and you're terrified of what it's going to do to your
I'm worried that my copy won't come on time.
Yeah, we've all got Red Dead Redemption anxiety.
Yeah, man.
Okay, well,
if it's not there, I would just buy digital.
It was great sharing.
And then send it back to them with an angry letter.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go digital, to be honest. I think it's going to happen.
That's another one, by the way. Another question. How many of you lot are getting it digital? Because I want to know. And especially if you don't buy digital much. I want to know how different this is, you know.
I've also got one eye on Red Dead Online because I know it's going to have a lifespan.
Yeah.
Not only am I going to end up playing single player for months, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I'll have the online element to dip into. Hopefully, with you guys posse up and do some gaming nights with them, with the patrons and stuff like that.
Yeah, it would be cool.
That's something that I'm interested
gang.
in.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's gonna. I feel it's got the Destiny feel to me, like it's gonna be a long-term game. So that's another reason why. And I hate changing the disc in it. So simple as that. Right. So new releases. Obviously, Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's it. Right.
It's had an entire podcast. That is out on the 26th of October for PS4 and Xbox One. What else we got this week, though? Well, maybe you're not, maybe you're not a cowboy feeling kind of guy. You know, like, I don't want to shoot stuff. I don't want to do any hunting.
whip a ghost.
I want to dance.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just Dance 2019 is out on the 23rd of October. For the Switch and
I thought about that the other day.
Everything. It's on everything.
I thought about
Just
that
Dance.
the other day. Just Dance out of nowhere. You know, like that bit with the frog on the trailer.
Oh, God,
was that frog? Can you remember? Yeah.
Oh, that frog.
Yeah.
Oh, in the what was that? Was that
E3
E3?
trailer,
Yeah. And the E3 trailer is that frog
Just a
dancing.
thrusting frog.
I thought about that the other day.
Yeah.
And I was out. All right, great.
Whoever's editing this, you got to get that on the you got to get that on the screen when we say that.
It's a treat, that frog.
Now, this is another one that I'm actually looking forward to.
Yeah, go on.
I've got to tell you, I don't think you know what I'm going to say here.
I think I do.
Nickelodeon Kart Racer, man.
I'm
Nickelodeon Kart Racer.
I was the one who wrote this list, so that's why I put it in there, because I vaguely remember saying Mike was interested.
Honestly,
I know,
so I put it on there.
I love a good kart racer, and I feel like I'm one of the weirdos who actually thinks Crash Team Racing. I kind of feel a bit more warmly towards them.
You might like Sonic All Stars Racing, you know.
Mario Kart.
Oh my, yeah, Sean's the same.
I don't say
Sean's
I
the
prefer
same.
it.
She loves a bit of Crash Team Racing. Mario Kart is. Nah.
Give Sonic All Stars a try.
I've got it, man.
It's good,
I've got it. Yeah, I played it on 360, I think, or PS3 or something. But I've got it in my Steam library as well. I played it like an hour or something. But I played it loads on.
I've got it on Steam as well. It's got some online going.
Yeah, definitely. It's good. It's a good game.
Nickelodeon Kart Racing.
It's really well made, honestly.
Who's in it? SpongeBob's in it.
Yeah, who else is on Nickelodeon?
Patrick Star,
I don't
also
know.
from
I don't know
SpongeBob.
what else they got, but it just looks like
Danny
nice.
Phantom. Rugrats. The Rugrats are in it.
Danny Phantom.
I don't know who that is.
Fairly Odd Parents. I'm pretty sure they're in it.
I just thought of a great. I want to use Danny Phantom in future content.
It's been a long time since I've watched Nickelodeon. I can't remember the last thing I watched on it.
That's right.
Please make sure I don't forget Danny Phantom.
Okay,
I want to use that.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen Danny Phantom.
Okay.
But it's a great name, and it will be
Johnny Bravo is not.
No, he's
Cartoon
Network.
Network. Yeah.
Johnny Bravo. It's Johnny Bravo's nephew, Johnny Bravo, and Danny Phantom. So that's Nickelodeon Kart Racers out on the 23rd of October for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So then we've also got on the same day Thronebreaker: The Witcher Tales, which is out on PC, which is CD Projekt
standalone
Witcher
a standalone Gwent story, I believe is what it is.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck releasing that.
Yeah.
That's bad, that.
It'll do well amongst Gwent fans.
Yeah,
there are a lot of Gwent fans.
Yeah,
if you've got a PC and you don't know what to do with yourself because all your console mates are playing Red Dead Redemption 2,
get a bit of Gwent.
Probably a better game, isn't it? I guess it's probably a better game than Red Dead Redemption. And Spider-Man The Heist DLC. So this is just a first piece of DLC for Spider-Man game, which came out recently. That's out on the 23rd as well.
Black Cat, isn't it?
Yeah.
The villain.
And this is the first of 3 confirmed.
It's the first of 3, yeah.
Yeah, which seems to be the way that everyone does it, really. But so that's out on PS4 on the 23rd of October. Are you going to get this?
Probably, yeah. I really enjoyed Spider-Man, and I was itching to play more of it when I finished it.
Yeah.
But I literally had nothing to do. I platinumed it. I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, you'd really kind of squeezed it dry for material.
I'll be getting this DLC, yeah. Yeah,
it's a good game, Spider-Man. I do feel like the call to go back to it because I just bought it and sold it just so we could do some videos on the channel with it. But it was really enjoyable what I played. And then last up is Castlevania Requiem, which is out on the very same day. The only game that's got the balls to release the same day as Red Dead Redemption 2 is Castlevania Requiem on the 26th for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I'll get that. It's fucking well cheap, isn't it?
It's the duo pack of Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood.
Awesome.
Symphony of the Night, a famous 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah, all time with that
fantastic. Game. 12 quid or something like that?
If you have PlayStation Plus, it's discounted to like 12 quid, yeah.
50% of every... of all the games that come out these days, I've got the word Vania in them in terms of their genre.
Half Metroid, half that.
Exactly.
Symphony of the Night, if you've never played it, right, it's 12 quid for Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night.
What was on originally? PS1?
PS1,
play it on PS1.
PS1 and Sega Saturn. It was on.
Yeah, and what a game. Yeah, really worth it for £12.
Yeah, good Switch. Is that on the Switch? That needs to get on the Switch.
No, it's PS4 only.
Yeah.
It's PS4 only because Sony are the ones funding it.
So it's not going to happen.
No, Konami only made it because Sony approached them and said, would you be interested in this project? And they were like, yeah.
That's how all business deals go out.
It's literally only getting made because Sony's paying for it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason this collection's coming out.
Japanese disc economics at the beginning, Sony's secret business deals at the end. We've done it.
So let's wrap it there then. That was the Special Moves podcast, the Red Dead Redemption 2 special, I guess. We're going to be probably talking a lot more about it. I'm sorry. If you're not interested... Yeah. I'm sorry, that's just the way it's going to be for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
It's the equivalent of being a fan of football or soccer and not being interested in the World Cup. Yeah. If you're into video games, as a general rule, you're going to be hearing a lot about this game.
Excellent analogy. Yeah. That's exactly what it's like. So it's going to be Red Dead Redemption heavy for the next 2 or 3 weeks on this channel.
Well, we'll try and do something else, maybe Castlevania or something, but hey, no promises, alright?
Maybe a bit of Spider-Man.
I'm not fucking doing it.
I'll say it right now. I'm fucking out. Well, Lee might be on Spider-Man.
I'll play Spider-Man.
Yeah,
we'll hold it.
We'll keep that diversity.
We'll get
going.
some variety going.
Keep the versatility.
I've said it now as well, so I'm beholden.
So this podcast is a bit shorter than usual, but like we said at the top of the show, it's a crazy week for us for various reasons. So,
and me and Liam have actually booked tickets to see Halloween, and we're now late. Yeah. So it's okay though. Like, don't you worry about it. Stop apologising. It's okay. But yeah, no, for real.
Are you really late?
It's a little bit shit. Yeah, it's alright though.
3:15.
No, yeah, it's okay.
I need to get some editing done as well. Damn.
Anyway, guys, it's been a lovely podcast. Thanks very much
for watching. More Red Dead Redemption 2 next week, inevitably.
And other stuff, because me and Liam have said it.
Thanks to our patrons for supporting us and enabling this nonsense.
Cheers, everybody.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.